So in this video we're going to do some exercises to help loosen your chest. So the chest muscles can get very tight, particularly when you do a lot of work that is in front of you and very focused, so whether it's computer work or carpentry or cookery, everything tends to get pulled forwards. This tightens your chest muscles here, and in particular it can start to cause rounded shoulders, but also it can start to compress some of the structures at the base of your throat in an area that's called the thoracic outlet. So here are the blood vessels for your arms. So sometimes they can get compressed, which can cause swelling, tingling and discoloration in your hands and fingers. And sometimes compression of the structures in this area can mean that you don't breathe as freely and easily as you normally would do. So if you've had a chest infection recently, sometimes this area can be very tight. So these exercises help to undo chest restrictions and return your posture to a more normal balance. So you can do a stretch for your chest using any convenient doorway that's not being otherwise used, and just place your hands on either side of the door frame and then take a step through. As you do this, you'll feel a stretch across the front of your chest, and you can vary the degree of stretch by how far you lean through or not. Make sure that you're comfortable and that you stay in the stretch for at least a couple of minutes to allow time for the fascia to release and let go. And you can vary your hand position to either further up the frame or further down the frame to stretch different parts of your chest, making sure you stay in each stretch for at least 2 minutes. In this exercise we're going to use a myofascial ball, which is inflatable, to work directly on our chest muscles, so the pec muscles here. Sometimes these can get very tight, particularly if we do a lot of computer work or work that's in front of us. And so they start to become tight, which pulls your shoulders forward and creates rounded shoulders. So one way of helping these to release is by using a ball on this area. So to find the right area to work on, feel for your collarbone, which is just in a line along here, and then your shoulder joint, and then just below and between these is a little pocket, and that's where you're aiming to put the ball, in here. So just rest your body on the ball and wait for the tissues to start to release. So you can either work with just one ball on one side, or if you like, you can work with 2 balls at the same time. And as you're here, you're just waiting for a couple of minutes for the tissues to start to release and let go. And this will help your pecs to release and your shoulders to drop back into the correct position. In this exercise we're going to work on the top of our back to help to release this area. So sometimes when your pecs and your chest is tight, it pulls your shoulders forward and all the tissues across your upper back can become tight and stuck. So as part of helping to release your chest, it's always a good idea to release your upper back as well. So for this I'm going to use 2 balls in a bag, and I'm going to put them on my upper back just between my shoulder blades. So make sure that the dip between the balls is where your spine is, so you're not putting pressure directly on your spine. And just wait for a sense of things starting to release and let go. So you can do this exercise on the floor like I'm doing, or on your bed. Sometimes people find it's more comfortable to have a pillow under their head, which is fine. And sometimes people find actually it's easier to do this exercise against a wall, where you're just leaning on the balls against the wall. So whichever version works for you is fine. The main thing is just waiting for a sense of things starting to release and let go in your upper back. So make sure you're here for at least a couple of minutes to allow that to start to happen. So in this exercise we're going to do the towel stretch, and so for this you need to use a big towel like this. This is a bath sheet, and you can roll this up into a big sausage, and then I'm going to lie on this with my head and my bottom on the towel and my spine along it. At home you can do this on the floor or on your bed. You can have your legs bent or you can have your legs flat, so whichever is more comfortable for you, and then just allow your arms to relax by your sides. So what happens with the towel stretch is it lifts your spine off the floor, and then gravity starts to pull everything back down to the floor. So in particular it's going to pull all the muscles and the tissues around your chest, shoulders, upper back, down towards the floor. So it creates a loosening of all of these tissues, and it helps to correct posture and release tight chest and upper back muscles. So with this stretch, ideally if you can be here for 10 to 15 minutes, then it allows the tissues to really time to let go. And the best time of day to do this is usually in the evening when things are at their tightest. So you can find more exercises like these in our Living Pain Free online programme on our website, where you can also find our myofascial release kits.